I am Baiki Winky, and this is the Working Athlete Podcast. Here, I talk to working athletes from all walks of life and experts from various sports to provide you with inspiration, training tips, time management, and lifestyle advice. If this is something that interests you, please make sure you subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss any future episodes. Today's guest, Amit Samarth, is an ultra athlete who successfully completed many international ultra events like the race across America. With the idea of creating an iconic ultra race in India, Amit with his team has created Race Across India, a 3,600-kilometer race from Kashmir to Kanyakumari. He was not only the driving force behind making this race happen along with the organization team, but he also took part in the race and set a course record of 6 days 23 hours. In this episode, we talk about the work that went in to make the race across India happen. Along with his experience of setting the course record, we also talk about the amazing stories of some 26 participants in the first edition of the race. I hope you enjoy this conversation. Welcome to the Working Athlete Podcast, Amit. Big
Thank you, thank you.
congratulations. Big congratulations on your race across America. Race across race across race across India. Of course, race across America a few years ago and race across India now.
Yeah, thank you, thank you.
Amazing, man. So we connected when this you guys have conceptualized this race, and we kind of went through what are all you guys have envisioned for the race, and we had a podcast session with the entire team, and now the all that vision, all the planning, everything came to fruition, and the as I see it, you guys have executed the race really successfully, and you yourself have completed the race in record time. So it is a massive as achievement, both on part of the entire team or organization team, and you yourself. So congrats.
Thank you, thank you. Yeah, actually, yeah, it was a dream come true for me, actually. Not just for me, but for our entire organizing team. You know, that we wanted to create something like Race Across America in India. And and we were successful in not just we actually over exceeded the expectations of many riders and many people, that what we were doing. So we are really happy that we are getting huge positive feedback from all across the cycling and running community. And so I'm first of all, I'm really thankful for the entire organizing team, because of course I the idea was mine, that that we should have something like Race Across America and India. And we we can create a Indian version of super long ultra cycling or cycling race. So that was my but I really needed a amazing highly committed team, which actually would execute, which work on the. So I'm really thankful to the entire organizing team, the race director Vivit Valve, our project director Jitendra Nayak sir, then our technology head Anirudh Pandya, our financial officer Mukul Samarth, then our social media manager Arushi, and all our publicity and media, Ravindra Paranjpe and Atul Bhojraj sir, and most importantly Dilip Warkar sir, who was the looking after the entire route recce and marshalling and officials. So I would really thank to all the people who contributed their time, who went to these time stations, and they stood there for 4 to 5 days on the highway, and marshalling, and doing officiating the race, like a proper technical race. And I'm really thankful to all the more than 100 people who have really contributed their time and their efforts to make this a successful story to be told, that that we can also organize international level cycling races in India. And another most important thing is we had 26 riders participating in the first edition itself. So that
That
itself
is
is a,
amazing.
yeah. So that itself is a very big, what do you say, proof that uh, cycling is a big, now becoming a big sport in the country. And it is not just in bigger cities like Mumbai, Pune, Bangalore, or Delhi. Now there are people who are doing cycling in a lot of smaller cities. If you look at the participants who have come, they are all, most of them are from tier 2, tier 3 cities, and from unknown places. So that's what we wanted to do, like to bring this hidden talent in the country, who want to come and do something like race across India.
That is definitely amazing. I think you guys have achieved that. The vision of creating something like something iconic like Race Across America. Like right now when I was talking initially, I was congratulating about completing. The name came without even thinking. The Race Across America name came onto my lips without even thinking, right? We were so used to that name
Yeah,
because it has such an iconic race. Now I think Race Across India will also be become
yeah,
an iconic name like that, because even in the first edition itself, the kind of participation it has seen, the kind of execution, smooth execution that you guys have done, I think it is going to see more and more enthusiastic participation in the coming editions, and it is going to go places, I think.
yeah. And it is another example of, like, that if we follow proper safety standards, all rules and regulations, cycling, like international level cycling races can be easily executed in our country. We can we can our it's another example that our national highways have become so good, and so our entire national infrastructure has gone to a totally new level in this country, that we can have such races in our country, with, if we follow all the rules and regulations, all proper safety rules, with proper support car, and a car which is always piloting you and keeping the rider safe, then we can really have very good races in our own country.
Yeah, yeah. Amazing. So let us talk a little bit about your race, experience itself at Race Across India. You have completed it in what 6 days, 23 hours, something, right?
Yeah.
So and I see that you went through a lot of emotions, from the beginning to the end. So let take us through that experience.
Yeah, actually, for me it was I've been I did this Golden Quadrilateral ride 2 years back on the Golden Quadrilateral Highway. at that time, after finishing the ride, we had created a nice movie regarding this golden corner. So at that time, I had said that we can easily have it was ride across India. Now we can easily have race across India also. Now my team has the technical expertise and the and the experience to do.
Capabilities. Yeah.
So it was a very highly emotional journey for me because to take up a project like race across India, and if I'm just doing my own ride from Srinagar to Kanyakumari, it's a very different thing. But here we are organizing a race. We are, there are other riders also participating. So it was. At the race venue, we were very well supported by Jammu Kashmir Sports Council, and they provided us the entire stadium for 4 days for all the pre-race activities, and uh, and it was it was a very emotional moment for me because like we thought we never thought we will get so much of support from in Srinagar, and the entire Jammu Kashmir government, they had issued official letters to police department, to CRPF, to army, that they have to support this whole race and all the riders. So it was a very emotional moment for us. We were thinking 10 months back, to organize race across India, and then when we were all riders were being flagged off one by one, it was very emotional for us. Like I just couldn't hold. I was like crying and crying
The
every
dream coming true even
yeah,
before the flag off, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
And it was like we were showing videos of every rider, introducing them and then flagging them off. It was like the entire that environment was so emotionally charged, especially for us, that we couldn't hold our emotions back, and we were all Dilip sir and all, we were all crying because it was a very emotional journey for us till that time. And then when I was flagged off, so for me it was like I also wanted to be part of the race because of course yeah, I had invited everyone to be part of it. Then I also have to ride, and it was for me, it was kind of a like kind of a celebration because race across India is happening now, and we have been working on this project for so many months. We had so many people being skeptical on what we are trying to do, being critical also, but now it is finally happening, and I would really thank to Indian Oil. They have come up in such a big support to for race across India, being the title sponsor. So I think the entire cycling community should thank Indian Oil that they
Yeah.
believe in this unique project, and so it was very emotional for me for the entire journey, and of course I had a target in my mind. I went very hard because I was in a very emotionally charged mental state, and it was some other zone which I had never been. So I was riding as if there is no tomorrow. and, and
Right.
actually, first 1 and 2 days, I covered more than 1,300 kilometers, and with just one sleep break and all. So I knew that I can do this somewhere in 6 or 6.5 days, and I was really gunning for that time. That and it was for me. It was like I have nothing to lose. I have nothing to prove. It is just go as hard as possible, and and it's kind of a also showcase to people that this National Highway 44, as I've been telling people, that it's a very safe highway, and it's a very 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 fast highway. Once you are out of Srinagar and that whole hilly region for first 300 350 kilometers, then it's like all it's a fast highway, and of course there are rolling hills and all, but uh, that and of course I then the second day it was very hot in the the middle of the country. Once you go past Delhi, it was all hot and hot and hot, because it is it is month of and March, and uh, we knew we are going to get roasted over there, but I was
Yeah, the
mentally,
onset of summer, right?
yes, yes, yes.
Hmm.
Mentally, I was prepared. Even physically, also, I had done most of my training in January and February in sun only. I used to go late, rides like afternoon rides, and all. I was specifically training. I knew that it's going to be hot in the middle of the country during the race, and you need some heat adaptation, and you need to just bear with the sun for those 3 4 hours from 12 in the noon till 4 p.m. It used to be hot.
Right.
So I was mentally prepared. I think I was physically also. I had done a lot of training, even though we were busy with I was very busy with organizing. I had done a lot of promotions. I had went to many cities also to promote the race, and to
Yeah.
talk about. So
Lot of travel
uh,
involved because
I
of
traveled
that.
a lot. I lost some 3 weeks of training also,
Hmm.
but I still, when I was in Nagpur, I used to I made sure that I'm training a lot when I'm in Nagpur, and those used to be the easy weeks, kind of a recovery weeks when I was traveling and doing promotions for race across India. So I managed it somehow,
Right.
and yeah, so and I actually then yeah, so in the later half of the race, I lost some time. If you see, it took us some time to cross the Hyderabad part, because you have to ride through the service road on the outer ring road, and that service road has lot of
Lot of rumblers.
rumblers. So
Multiple rumblers, lot of them. Yeah.
and it is not, and there is a lot of traffic also there, and there is and I broke my spoke of my front wheel also in that section.
Yeah,
So
yeah. Very easy to do that. Yeah.
so I had to replace the wheel, and the wheel was in another support car, so I had to ride for 10 15 kilometers with a wobbling wheel.
Oh, okay.
So
Right.
so I did all that. So we lost some time there, and then uh, and another place we lost time is crossing Bangalore from Devanhalli to Hosur. So
Hmm.
that's where also we lost some time, and of course we lost time due to heat also, because it was super hot, and the Hyderabad to Bangalore section was the toughest section, because it has elevations, it had heat, it had headwind, crosswind. So it was really, it took a little more time than what I expected.
Hmm.
So I was like, but when I reached, like just before finishing the sixth day, when I reached Hosur, so I was like, uh, around 625 kilometers away from the finish line, and
Hmm.
I think that was, and I had just 24 hours to, if I to finish the race, if I want to go under 7 days. So
7 days.
that yeah, so that was my, I think, one of the best riding I have done in my life. The last 625 kilometers from Hosur to all the way till finish line. I went like within 24 hours, and we all went non-stop. My entire crew also went non-stop. Nobody slept, and, and we uh, and I would really thank the crew. They really gave me time targets in the end, and I was just happy to make it just within the cutoff, just within 7 days. But I would, if in my when I look back to the effort, I think I could have saved another 5 6 hours, and I could have somewhere maybe done it in 6.5 days. I think
Hmm.
it's possible to do this course within somewhere in between 6 to 6.5 days, if because there are some sections where you just lose time, this Hyderabad section and Bangalore
Right.
section, you just can't do anything about it. And if we can find some other way of going past these cities in a more faster way, then
Hmm.
then I think we will I think any good rider can break this course record.
Right. So, I mean, if we can find better alternative routes, it might make it faster, but it'll
Yes,
also kind of brings an unique flavor to the race, unique challenges, not just the riding, but also kind of having to deal with the getting across the city is also brings a really different kind of challenges, the patience that is required from the crew and the
yes,
riders.
yeah, because
Yeah.
it fries your mind.
Yeah.
This whole it doesn't saps you physically, but it just fries your mind out. That all these rumblers and this bad road conditions, and then you have to ride through it, and it just I think um, and you want to get through it as quickly as possible, and get to the clean straight highway towards Bangalore, and then you have to go through this kind of a section. It fries your mind, and I think it fried a lot of riders' minds, because they were like really unhappy, but there is no other option. So
Right. Yeah,
so
yeah.
every
So the
face the same thing.
yeah, yeah, it is some races will have different kinds of challenges, the terrain, the weather, the crosswinds, headwinds, the mountains and all that. This is another feature. This is another reality of our land. uh,
Uh, yes.
that kind of tests you in another aspect, both mentally and physically. So that I guess it is part and parcel of the whole experience,
Feeling,
in a way. Uh,
yeah. I
like
would
if you
definitely,
can
yeah.
like if you can deal with it mentally and physically,
Yes.
you will be all the more better for it, I guess.
No, yeah, that's what, when I look back at that Hyderabad section, I've, that's what I'm telling. It just fried my mind. And when I reached the time station, after that particular section, I didn't wanted to ride at all. I wanted a break for 1 hour. I was all gone in the mind. I said, I just want to reset my mind. And
Yeah.
I slept off for 1 hour. So, and uh, when I look back, when I'm thinking like I should have, I was not sleepy and all. I was just irritated with that entire section, and I could have just gone ahead on the highway, and I would have been fine in 5 to 10 kilometers of straight clean highway once I start riding on it. But I just,
Mm.
my mind was gone. It was fried, and I
Right.
just wanted to take for 1 hour.
Right.
So
Yeah, a bit of impatience in such situations will also lead to kind of, the
yeah,
mechanicals, that the
yes,
breaking of the spokes and stuff like that, right? If you are in a bit of a hurry, in bad sections, it can kind of result in, situations like that as well. It's all part of, dealing with hurdles in a race like that, I guess.
yes.
Excellent. So, how many hours per day were you riding, and how were you spacing your rest periods and stuff?
See, I first 1.5 day I didn't slept. I directly slept
Hmm.
after 1.5 day, and then
Right.
after around 800, after around 900 kilometers or something, I slept. So I was then I slept every day. So
Hmm.
for an hour. So that was my uh, sleeping strategy, and
1 hour. 1 hour
one
per day.
1 hour at the most 1.5 hour. Uh,
Okay.
I I slept little more in Hyderabad, and after Hyderabad I slept I think only half an hour in Bangalore,
Hmm.
near Hosur. So and the last 24 hours I just went all out like
Right.
so. If I look at the race, I think I managed my sleep far better than my earlier races and all, and so I'm very happy with that. That because now over the years I have been experienced, so I know how to handle the sleep. I think I've become more experience at handling that that sleep zone, and I'm so it's more the more you do this kind of thing, the more you get experience.
Better you get at it, right? Yeah.
You know how to handle your mind and keep riding, and overall I'm really happy with the outcome. I would have liked it would have been no it would have been icing on the cake if it was say like below 6 days 12 hours.
Yeah, well, there are more editions that coming, so maybe then, yeah, yeah, yeah.
But I know how to do within 6 days, 12 hours. I know my mistakes. So
Hmm.
maybe coming editions, I would rectify it. And I'm definitely sure that, in next edition, there will be a lot more competition coming in. There will be a lot of, international riders also coming in. So it's going to be tough, to to compete with all. So I'm really looking forward to all these riders also coming and giving a tough competition to this particular course record so far. Uh,
Yeah, definitely. This is the baseline now, and
yes,
everyone will be gunning for it. So that's a great thing, right? So now, how did you kind of manage your nutrition for the race? What was
nutrition.
your nutrition like?
Nutrition, of course. I was having a lot of solid foods also. A lot of this boiled potatoes, khichdi with ghee, and lot of ice cream. I think I was having 2 3 liters of ice cream every day.
Wow.
So yeah, because I had to put in around 8 to 10,000 now calories. So where to bring
Yeah.
all the calories? So and sandwiches, then just cooked steamed rice with some ghee and salt on it. So that was my like the basic. So a lot of like it's a more of a Indian food system which I was following on the bike also. I
Hmm.
didn't do that for some very some kind of other products or something. I just went for what I was eating in my training. I was following the same in my race also. I think that's what works for our bodies who are being following the Indian food system. The same food
Mm.
system we follow in the race also. Just eat
Right.
rice, boiled potatoes, eat dal rice, khichdi, and a lot of banana chips, lot of ice cream and gulab jamun.
Yeah, a
So
bit of a
I
feast on the bike, right?
Yes,
Ultras are like that, right? It's an eating competition
it is a eating
as well.
competition. Yes, it is a eating uh, uh, and also hydration also because it is so hot in the daytime. So it was a lot of drain on my body. So
Hmm.
so I was
Yeah.
making sure to drink a lot of water and
Awesome.
yeah. And I had good thing was I had two people in they were only monitoring online like how many calories I'm eating. So I had two people who were only counting calories. So my crew was telling them what I'm eating and all, what is the quantity, and they were trying to calculate the approximate calories for us. So that also helped me, to know that I'm low on calories. I should eat more. So I made sure that even if I don't feel hungry, I'm just pushing, pushing. It is like a like a machine. I have to just gulp it down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the all the ultras is a competition of who can eat and keep down the food
Yes.
to
Yes.
in the system, right? If
Yes.
you cannot keep down the food, and if the body cannot digest, it's of no use at the end of it. And
Yes.
that plays a huge role in ultras, right? So
Yes.
excellent. So coming to that was an amazing performance, to go under 7 days. Now, apart from you, you said there are some 26 participants overall in the race, and I see that there is a special abled competitors as well, who have
Yes.
done the race. So what are who are some of the candidates that have done
Yeah, I
well
mean,
in your mind?
uh, there are so many amazing, there are records and records which are broken in this race. If you see, there is this Mahesh Kini who finished second. He is 49-year-old, and
Mm.
this is his first proper ultra distance race. And
Yeah,
he has
amazing.
come from nowhere. So this guy Mahesh has come from nowhere, and he has done the race within 9 days. So he is like emerged as one of the best ultra cyclists in the country. In his at the age of 49, this guy has done this. Super fit guy Mahesh. Then the third guy Shubham Das. Shubham Das is a inspiring story in himself. Shubham has done the race in 9 days 3 hours, and he is a specially abled athlete. He works with me in Nagpur, and he has 40% disability in his left leg.
Wow.
So so we promoted him because we knew he really loves cycling and all, and he is from a very poor socio-economic background, and we not just promoted him for the race, but we also fundraised for him. We got sponsorships for him. We promoted his his whole cause, that this. If you look at Shubham, he is like, if you look at the his video, he comes from a very poor background, like, yeah, and he doesn't he lost his father in COVID. He lives with his mother alone. and a very heart touching story. Then we have Atul Kadu. The
Hmm.
Atul Kadu, he has done the race on single speed bike.
Wow.
So I think no, I think he has created a record in himself to do the race within 10 days from Srinagar to Kanyakumari on a single speed bike. This guy has done. He's from Nagpur. So, so then we have all the other riders from from Punjab who are like the first timers who have finished the race in 10 days. Some of them have done in 11 days. And Sumer Bansal, Sahil Sachdeva, all these guys who they have come from nowhere. They have trained themselves and they have done the race within stipulated time. And there is this Manish Saini.
Hmm.
So and every rider has his own story. If you see, Manish Saini has he was screwed by his family, like his wife and his two sons. Like
Wow.
uh, yeah, like the younger son is just 12-year old, and another friend. That was his only crew. Then Sumer Bansal came with a two people crew, one driver and one friend. That's the only
Wow.
crew that he had. And he had a strategy that he said, I want to finish within cutoff time. My objective is to finish within cutoff time. I will try to ride just little more than 300 kilometers a day, and I want to finish this race. And then Manish Saini, Sahil Sachdeva, and so all these are great examples that these are newly minted ultra cycling heroes in the country. And if you see their stories, I think you should have a podcast with each one of them.
Right.
Honestly, because we have
Yeah.
some amazing stories. Manish Saini has such an amazing story. Sumer Bansal, Sahil Sachdeva, they have so much of to tell. And then this guy called as Dheeraj Karsai. He is
Hmm.
I think the first guy in the country or maybe in the world to ride from Srinagar to Kanyakumari on one leg. He has done it in 12 days.
Wow.
So Dheeraj Karsai on one leg and one arm. He has one functional arm and one functional leg, and he's
Amazing,
90%,
man.
and he has done the race. He was almost riding ahead of the able-bodied riders in the race. Just in the last day, he got, I think, some problems with his cycle and all, and with very limited crew, with only three people crew, and
Hmm.
he had only one road bike. Just imagine this guy coming with just one road bike and taking a chance that if if everything goes well, goes well. And if something goes wrong with the bike, then he doesn't have another bike to ride. So,
Right.
so uh,
Amazing.
there are so many examples of bravery, I would say, or daredevilry, or uh, um, uh, I would say
The courage
uh,
is immeasurable. To
yes,
to courage to
you should.
accept the challenge and go ahead with this. And people like with Dheeraj with one hand and one leg, it is you can't even imagine someone
Yeah,
doing
right.
that,
And
right?
that too within in 12 days, these guys have done this. And
Right.
amazing is then we have you know and then we have these teams, and then we have 52-year-old Ravinder Reddy from Hyderabad. He
Hmm.
also has done the race in 12 days, few hours. In
Hmm.
12 days, 14 hours. So he had 13-day cutoff because he's above 50 year. So
Hmm.
he has done the race, means an amazing energy. Ravinder Reddy. Then, if you look at teams, we had one team of four which has done the race within 5 days, 18 hours.
Wow.
Yeah, and Team Atka Warriors from Aurangabad. So they have done the team format in 5 days, 18 hours. So that's what I was telling before the race. If you remember that this is a fast race, this is going to be very fast.
Exactly. Yeah.
And National Highway 44 has that, properties or whatever you say, that this can be a very fast race. And this team of four really proved that, they can go really fast within 6 days. That they reached 5 days, 18 hours. And if you see, their off saddle time is just 22 minutes. So their
Wow.
total operational time is only 22 minutes in that whole 5 days, 18 hours. So you can see, and these riders are not professional riders.
Hmm.
They are, they all have full-time jobs, and one of them is a CA, and they have other businesses and all. So they are all part-time cyclists, but they are like cyclists by their heart and soul. And they I would really congratulate this team Adka. They really proved that that this is a really fast highway. And in the first couple of days, like, I was riding with them neck to neck. But then but riding with them all the time was not possible for me, so I let them go. I said I will do my own race now. First 2 days we were all neck to neck. And
Yeah.
it, it was really fun to ride with a team, almost in a distance of 4 5 kilometers in and around you. But then
Right.
but it was, but that's what, it also proves that now people, the riders are becoming technical. They are using strategies. They are thinking about the how to break down this race into parts and do it very quickly. So that's what I was telling everyone, that this is a very fast format. And so please don't take it as that ultra cycling is slow or something. this is
Yeah,
this is fast
you
race.
can go as fast as you want, as fast as you can. If you can manage the energy, if you can manage your nutrition, sleep cycles and everything, you can go, you can test your limits, so to speak, right?
Yes, yes, and that's what I like. This race proves that and our highways are good enough to do this, and if
Hmm.
provided we should all follow all the safety standards. And that's what we were telling our race director and project director, where Jitendra Nayak sir, were constantly telling everyone that everyone has to follow safety. Everyone
Hmm.
has to follow safety, because one bad incident will bring down this whole thing down. And then the riders will not come again.
Right.
So we were literally telling them that don't do anything stupid, don't do anything too much of adventurous. Just ride
Hmm.
with safety. And don't try to do something really crazy and go behind, or no a truck or something. Don't do anything of that sort.
Yeah.
And
No, definitely the kind of safety becomes paramount, right? Safe, like the whole saying goes, the safety first and rest. Or you can do all the daredevilry if you are safe and sound. But
yes,
you're listening to the all the kind of riders, the first time riders, seems like it is going to be a breathing ground for more and more ultra cyclists in the country. That itself is a big achievement for a first edition. I'm sure this will inspire more and more people to kind of come and try this race, be it in in team format or individual format. I'm sure
Yes.
the successful execution of this race in the first edition is going to invite a lot more riders in for the
I
future.
think next edition, as I was saying, that it's going to be very competitive.
Yeah,
It's going to be competitive in every category. There are, I think, we had one woman rider also, and that was one specially able Geeta Rao, and she tried her best to finish the race, but she took 16 days to finish the race. So officially she gets a DNF, but I was really touched with her effort, because we all as a organizing team were really touched, because she knew on the 8th or ninth day itself that she will not be able to make it, but she kept on riding. It is very difficult, when you know that even if you stop here you are a DNF, even if you reach to the end you are a DNF, but still, that shows the spirit of this whole race across India, that she the her indomitable spirit, that she kept on riding
she
and she
wanted to
finished
get
the.
across. Yeah,
Yeah, she wanted to do the entire course. No, even so, it was like better late than never, and
right.
she learned a lot. Maybe next year she will come more prepared, more mentally prepared, to finish within the cutoff time.
Yeah,
So that's what race across India has given us so many stories. In Shubham, in Atul Kadu. Atul Kadu is a amazing story. This guy is riding a single speed bike. You know, across from all the way from Srinagar to Kanyakumari was is just
amazing feat.
yeah, it will tell people that you don't need expensive bikes to do this. You know,
Right.
you don't. The main thing is that you need a heart. You need a brave heart. You need to train, and with basic equipment, this guy has come and done the race, and he has raced better than the geared guys. So
Yeah,
it's a testimony in itself that a guy like Atul Kadu is he's like a new ultra cycling star, a guy riding a single speed bike from Srinagar to Kanyakumari within 10 days. So so
amazing,
it's
amazing.
amazing.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm sure hopefully in the future we can get a few of them on the podcast to share their stories as well.
Yeah,
But
yeah, surely.
thank you for taking the time and sharing your experience with the Working Athlete podcast. It has been fantastic, and all the very best for the future editions of the race.
Yes, yes. Thank you, and thank you for Venki. You have been supporting us. You have been the advisor for the race, and I would say, yeah, you should, in coming years, we would like to, see more support from you, and and more
Definitely,
involvement in the race, and I really hope next year we should have some riders from Bangalore also in the race. I think Bangalore has so much of talent. They can really crack this race and make it more competitive. And the more the competition, the more it is good for our Indian cycling community.
definitely. I You have all my support. There is no doubt about it, and I'm sure more participation will be there next year from riders from Bangalore. There are, like you said, there are a lot of riders interested in ultra cycling. I mean, people doing 1,000 breves like
Yes,
maybe like every other month or something like that. So I'm sure people will be interested in a race like this in the
yes.
coming editions. Awesome. Thanks again, Amit. All the very
Thank you.
best.
Thank you. Okay.
That was my conversation with Amit of race across India. If you are enjoying these podcasts and are finding them useful, please consider supporting the podcast by subscribing to it on YouTube as well as on your favorite podcasting app. It really helps. Thanks again for your continuous support. See you next week with another guest.